I think that the wider community has really embraced and take a level of pride in what we do as well, and they share in our excitement about this country.
It's God's gift of life. But geez, that's what the country's about down here. We're so relaxed. We've got as I said, it's the mountains meet the sea.
We're quite fortunate because the people that we have on our board love our mountain and are passionate. I know, I don't want to take you off. The challenge is in, I guess, managing the relationships and the expectations of that number of people, and really finding the common ground and working from that place of common interest.
Good relationships supposed to be like that in life in general, you know, but things come up and there's obligations, what parks have got to do, obligations, what other parties have got to do and all that, and things will come up. But if we can come together, as well I think we have over the last couple of years, when we've had our ups and downs with other organisations and all that, but come together to achieve stuff and recognition of what the parks means to registered Aboriginal owners.
And making sure that the relationships, when we walk away, we can still have a respect for one another and still have the best interests of this country at the forefront of what we do. Because they get funded. To have completed the plan of management, I'd have to say to date is the biggest achievement because we had to do so much public consultation, but we wanted to make sure that Aboriginal people had every opportunity to have a say about how we manage the parks. And this plan of management is a little bit unique in that it is a plan of management for both Gulaga and Biamanga national parks. And because there is a cultural connectivity between the two mountains, we couldn't really do or it was very difficult to do two separate plans of management because our traditional song lines and that connectivity between the two mountains were very difficult to separate.
And for me, as a manager, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I need that guidance, particularly with these parks, because they are, Aboriginal owned, and of course we want to manage them according to the wishes of the Aboriginal people. And that's been very difficult in the past because of everybody has different opinions on how things should be done. But now I've got a plan of management that's have input from all the Aboriginal owners and all the boards of management members, and that guidance now gives me clear direction on what to do and how to do it.
The main achievement was the coming together of Biamanga and Gulaga board in the purchase of Bellbrook Farm. When that land came available, I thought it was a great achievement, not let alone the boards, but also parks, registered Aboriginal owners and the land councils involved come together so we could achieve to buy that place.
The intention is that it will become part of Gulaga National Park. One of the really great things about it is that both Gulaga and Biamanga contributed financially to the purchase of Bellbrook. And again, that was about we are the one people.
That land provides not only lots of very important, significant Aboriginal sites on there, but there are also lots of opportunities for tourism development for the park. And the boards are really keen to see some tourism development.
Other achievements is we had a grants officer, a fire worker, an admin worker we've employed. So it's given a couple of Aboriginal people within the area employment opportunities, stable employment. So, and it also the Discovery Ranger, what goes to the schools and all that. But it also gives people who we're employed a little bit of confidence and determination in their own cultural beliefs. In 2006, we got the handback. Now, last year, 7 years later, and we came up at the beginning of the year and we were thinking, what can we do for registered owners? Because under the system, they don't really get too much publicity about registered Aboriginal owners so we decided to have an event of Back to Country where people come back to country and see people who are descendants from the Yuin Nation or from down around the area in the Wallabunja or Bidwell or Burrawal country down this way, or Wundandian from now. They come to a gathering where we're not going to a gathering of a funeral. It was a gathering of people coming together for enjoyment, for talk and to spend time with one another without any sorrow.
The handback was very special, as you know, and very significant and very emotional for a lot of people. The Back to Country Day, I think what people felt was the handing back was only the beginning of the journey. Being able to come back to country meant that it didn't finish at the handback.
It's a real deja vu being here today. It's fantastic. And 2006, 7 years ago, we were just embarking on a new adventure, and here we are today celebrating some of the achievements of the first round of the Board of Management for both Gulaga and Biamanga.
Welcome everyone in the country for this special day. So yeah, we welcome you zone.
One of the biggest surprises for me was the number of non-Aboriginal people who turned out on that day, and the number of non-Aboriginal people, that I've spoken to since. Our own mob keeps saying, when are we going to do this again? But I've had so many non-Aboriginal people come up and say to me, we need to be doing this, every year. But obviously it's a big job to pull something together like that.
But what's important about today is about closing the gap and about bringing people together and uniting and acknowledging that we are who we are.
We're also trying to get younger Aboriginal people with traditional connections to the parks be interested in the parks, be interested in the management of the parks. So it's also a bit of succession planning. So we want to get the whole of the community aware of the wonderful parks.
We just opened the girls up today, ready for the opening ceremony for the Darjuan dances.
with Biamanga. It's the last recorded initiation men's site on the southeast coast, and which a lot of people don't realise or understand, and it's up to our board to get that out so the general community knows what it was, the purpose it was used for.
Growing up here and always knowing and being taught that Gulaga is the mother mountain, I know and I feel that, and I know that Gulaga cares for me as an Aboriginal woman, and it also then but charges me with a responsibility. We have so many people who played a really important part in the journey to having, you know, these lands handed back to us, that didn't have the opportunity to see things come to fruition. And I think that it's important that we, you know, honour the work that they done as part of this process.